What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Joining me today is the awesome Legundo, a Halo, GTA, and Destiny YouTuber who is going to E3 in a couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to sort of pick his brain a little bit deeper about Halo at E3. I want to kind of talk with him about the community updates that he thinks are maybe coming down the line, some potential things he may want to see, and then wrapping the video up kind of with the general state of Halo 5. Legundo, what's up, dude? How you doing today?
Hi. We totally haven't been recording for half an hour.
Totally not. No, bro. This is exactly how it's flowing. Yeah, so before this,
we're just starting.
We were talking about Destiny, and then we started talking about Halo, and we're like, wait a minute, we really need to sort of flesh this out in its own unique entity. So you're going to Halo at E3 this year, and I
Yes.
phrased that ridiculously stupidly.
It works. It works. People get it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go, and I finally got the chance this year, and I'm like, I am going.
It's going to be amazing, man. I really think you picked a great year because this is the Scorpio year. What do you think you're going to see in regards to Halo, but Microsoft in general?
So I'm missing out on Scorpio because they decided to do their big thing at FanFest, which is on Sunday. So I fly in on Sunday.
Yeah, E3 is now like a full week, isn't it? It's like ridiculous.
It is. So I said Sunday. I fly in on Monday, so I miss out on the Xbox FanFest stuff on Sunday. But rumor has it that they're going to have a couple Scorpios on the floor as well for some of their main titles. And depending on what those are, I'm going to want to get some chance to play with Scorpio and some games on Xbox Scorpio. That'll be fun. But as far as Halo, it's interesting because we've had sort of a pseudo confirmation from 343 that we're seeing nothing big coming as far as Halo this year. Right now, the Halo community is hardcore on Halo 3 Anniversary because it'll be 10 years.
Yeah.
And while I personally don't think that game is happening, and I know I'm not alone in thinking that game is not happening, a lot of people have been on about it. And there was this video that said, or this post on Reddit that said, they said Halo 3 Anniversary isn't happening, but Halo 3 Anniversary might happen.
Oh my gosh.
Which was awesome, and I made a video even about that. That was funny. But Sketch, the community manager for 343 Industries, came onto that thread and said, while this made me laugh, we don't have anything coming for the next iteration of Halo or Halo 3 Anniversary this year at E3, but we do have something fun to show you. So a lot of people have been trying to speculate what that will be. Is it going to be another set of content drops for Halo 5? Because Halo 5 did the content drop model with monthly or now about quarterly DLC drops, which has new features, new recs, new game modes, and all of that. That's really likely. Some people have been speculating that maybe they pulled a Deadpool and had the footage for the Mega Bloks Halo game get released. And they're like, oh, everybody's really excited for this. Let's make this a thing now. And while that was way back in the Xbox 360 days, it's entirely possible that since that leaked late last year, they might have at least started putting together some effort for it and might have a trailer or a teaser for that. That could be a thing. Also maybe drops for Halo Wars 2. And we might see a teaser for the next iteration of Halo. But we're definitely not going to see like an announcement, I don't think. They've pretty much definitively said the next Halo is not getting announced at E3 this year. But they might tease some fun stuff. If nothing else, I think we're going to see Halo 5 with a patch to make it better on Scorpio. That, I think, is the bare minimum of what we're going to see.
I would be so surprised if you didn't see a patch for their flagship shooter on the platform. I mean, I would argue I think Halo 5 is one of the only exclusives that really stands out to me on the Xbox One is like, gotta have this platform for this. I loved Gears 4, don't get me wrong, but I think you're going to see like a Halo 5 4K? Is that too much to say? I mean, the Scorpio specs look pretty sweet, but 4K is gnar, but I don't know. I mean,
if nothing else, it'll be 1080p 60 FPS because Halo 5 runs like 900p 60 FPS.
With that dynamic scaling and in the distance. My favorite is in Warzone, you see like the stick figure enemies.
I was about to say that. With some animations, when they get too far away, they drop down to 30. So it's really jarring when you're sniping or something like that, and you see, like you said, a little stick figure running across the map.
Figure out there, like the flip guy.
Mr. Game and Watch is out there, and he's about to take you down, and you gotta go hit him right between the eyes, or else things are just gonna go bad. And it's funny you mentioned that. There's also somebody dug through the Halo API and saw H5PC listed as a game endpoint for a match history in the Halo API. And they've made Gears 4 a Play Anywhere title, and some people are speculating that might be a thing, but I don't think that's really likely because we recently saw Warzone coming to custom games via a glitch.
Yes.
And I think the more likely explanation for that is we might see Warzone officially supported in custom games. And in Halo 5, you can already play on PC, Halo 5 PC, you can already play custom games.
Yes.
So maybe Warzone custom games officially being supported is another option about things that might just happen.
I have a quick question about Halo 5 on PC. I am definitely interested in playing the next Halo title on PC. I know Phil Spencer talked about the Play Anywhere program takes priority for almost all of their first-party titles moving forward, strongly hinting that the next Halo title will be on the PC. Did Halo 5 PC ever sort of resolve the weird input lag for the mouse? I don't really want to call it input lag. It just sort of like when you stop the movement and then it keeps going the way... Did that ever get resolved, or is that just a third-party fix?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. So there's been some patches for it that have resolved it for some people, and then you have people who have said nothing has worked and it's damn near unplayable on their PCs. And then you have people who never had the problem to begin with. So it seems like a hardware-specific configuration.
Okay. Yeah.
And just nailing that down has been a bit of a pain, especially since they didn't originally work on the port. 343 is just in maintenance on it. So it's a little bit tougher to say that. I personally didn't really play a lot on PC, so I can't really speak to that a lot, but I've seen both statements that it works perfectly and that it's completely broken, so it seems like it's specific to individual builds.
I'm really thankful that it's there. I'm glad that they put it out. I don't want any resources going towards fixing it at this point. I want all the resources and time going towards the next Halo title to be the best that it can possibly be. I mean, I'm loving Halo Wars 2 right now. That's a game I think that a lot of people tend to say is, oh, it's dead, you can't find a match whatsoever. I play a few matches each week on PC, and I rarely have issues finding matches, at least in 1v1. Maybe it's different for Blitz or the multiplayer, like the 2v2, 3v3 modes. But for the most part, that thing is a tech demo and a half, dude. If you have a beast rig, it is gorgeous. So you mentioned
it's pretty.
So pretty. Do you think we'll see some kind of story DLC?
Well, that's already been confirmed.
Yeah.
So we already know story DLC is coming for Halo Wars 2. It was a big push about the season pass, how you get these DLC matches or DLC campaign missions. So you get the leaders. The one they just announced the other day, Sergeant Johnson.
Yes!
Everybody's excited. He's not voiced by the original actor, though, because the voice actor strike is currently going on. So he couldn't...
He's part of that.
He's part of that guild, so he couldn't voice the character. The new guy's pretty good. It's close. There's a couple lines where you can tell it's not the original, but the new guy's pretty good. I don't know the names of the newer voice actor, but he did a pretty good approximation of Johnson, so it was pretty good. They announced when they announced him that the first 2 campaign DLC missions are coming sometime this summer.
Oh,
so
nice.
Maybe we'll be seeing a little bit of that at E3 as well. That's entirely likely.
Okay, well, sort of a bigger question. We're going to go up 10,000 feet above Halo 5. What is kind of the state of Halo 5 right now? I took a bit of a break last September, and it's been a nice break, and I've come back here and there. What do you think about Halo 5, where it's at right now? What would you like to see between now and whatever the next Halo FPS title is? Give me sort of the big picture approach.
So big picture, it's weird because you kind of have to talk about 10 different little smaller pictures because Halo has all these little subcultures in it. You get the forgers, the matchmakers, the custom gamers, you get the pro players, you get the people who love going into Warzone 12-man. And we've had a lot of support as far as playing different things. Just recently, a community game mode called Extermination got featured as a playlist. That was by far some of the most fun I've had in matchmaking in the longest time. We played Extermination like when it first got launched, and see that go into matchmaking officially was a ton of fun. you have to kill the entire other team before anybody respawns, and you're on a 12-second respawn timer. It's so much fun. It's chaos because you go from 1v4 to 4v4 to 4v1 really fast. That was fun.
Yep, that was actually the game that I came back to play that I was specifically talking about a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yes, and that was entirely done with the Forge engines, and that goes to show you just how far Halo 5's Forge has come. I remember in Halo 3, you could move a couple weapons around, and you could really glitchy fuse items, and then see it in Reach, see it in 4, and now see it in 5. I don't know if we said this in the previous video or if we said this between videos. The Halo 5 Forge is pretty much the most powerful game editor I've seen on console, and I put it just one step below like Hammer, where you're editing maps for Gmod and you're doing full geometry, full lighting, full engine baking, scripting, all of it. Yeah. It's insanely powerful. So that's... I think universally agreed amongst the community is that Forge and Tom French, praise Olive, they are the best parts of Halo 5 by far.
I'd agree.
The competitive community seems to be thriving, but I'm not too into that culture, but I do have a lot of friends who are really excited about it. Right now, one of the big problems with that is the heavy aim problem. Which with Halo 5 being on dedicated servers, certain people under certain networking situations just can't move. Your sensitivity can be turned up to 10 and things just don't feel right. And it's really hard to explain because it sort of displays differently on a case-by-case basis. And your aim just goes off, and there's nothing you can do short of, I think, a network reset of your Xbox, which is a huge problem.
Yeah. Totally. It's got sort of a muddy feeling. It just doesn't feel as sharp or as smooth depending on the host or the connection that you're playing through.
Yeah, so that's supposedly being fixed in an upcoming patch, which is great. They've been doing a lot with playing around with competitive settings, which is good. Playlist variety has been really great. As far as content drops, the last one we got was Monitor's Bounty back in December.
Yes.
And we do know that there's some new stuff coming. GameCheat13, he's a modder. He rips apart the files all of the time. Released a bunch of audio files referring to Gun Game War Arena, which seems kind of like a hybrid between Breakout and Counter-Strike, where you like earn rec points in an arena situation, and then you spend them to get weapons, and you get your recs from Warzone in arena. So it would be kind of interesting to see that. It lets you play basically with economy. So as far as where that could go, there's a lot of opportunity there. Gun Game being officially supported would be really exciting. People have done it in Forge, which again speaks to the power of Forge. Yeah. But having that be an integrated game mode would be really cool.
Agreed. That would be awesome.
But right now, like, the game's in a holding pattern. Like, the forgers are coming up with crazy custom games. The playlists keep getting rotated every couple weeks. We have Warzone Turbo, which is one of the things that are out this month, I think, where you go straight up to rec level 9. So it's chaos for 12 minutes, and it's a lot of fun. But the game, nothing really is changing right now. So you have the HCS players who are doing HCS things, the forgers are doing the forge things, and you have certain channels who are like, I am starving for news. Please give me something that I can make 20 videos on that isn't an argument about whether or not Sprint should be in the game for the 13th time. Oh God, my like, it's that. Like, you have that going right now. So it's true for every title. Like, you probably experienced it with Destiny. You get this content drought and things start to dry up a little bit up until your next title, your next launch, your next announcement.
Well, it sounds like things are in a pretty rock solid place. How about we follow up after E3, get your impressions from what's announced, and go from there?
I am totally game for that. Let's do that.
Awesome, man. Where can people find your content if they want to watch you?
So I am Legundo pretty much everywhere. This channel, you gotta put the C in front of it because I haven't been on YouTube enough to have the OG like directly just / name to get to me. But I'm also on Twitter at Legundo. Just everywhere. I'm everywhere. I am Legundo, and we have weekly podcasts and stuff like that we stream on Twitch at a friend's channel. So it's a lot of fun. We're doing some cool stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining me. If you guys enjoyed the video...
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to Legundo, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts about E3, State of Halo, any of the stuff we talked about today. Have an awesome time, Legundo. Enjoy E3.